I don't know about you guys, but this title's a little monochrome for my liking. Let's add some color. There we go. Hey guys, I'm gonna chill out with Sub-07. Welcome to my new Let's Play of VVVVVV. That's a mouthful. This is one of my favorite indie games of all time. I really enjoyed this game. I've actually bought this 3 times now, actually, now that I think about it. Once on 3DS, once on Steam, and once on that other time I don't speak about. But anyway. But yeah, I'm going to be doing a full Let's Play. We're going to be getting all the stuff, not covering the achievements, but yeah. Though, that reminds me. Clear data. Yes, delete everything. And now it's red because I killed everything. Alright, with all that said, let's begin. Uh-oh. Is everything okay? No! We've hit some kind of interference! Something's wrong! We're going to crash! Evacuate! Oh no! Everyone off the ship! This shouldn't be happening! Phew! That was scary. At least we all escaped, right guys? Guys? Sadness. Well, that's a hell of a way to start. Welcome to VVVVV. So yeah, we move around with WASD or controllers. I'm using a controller, so I'm using my left control stick. Press any button to flip. If you're using a keyboard, it's usually spacebar, and for me, it's the A button. I wonder where the ship teleported me here alone. Or why the ship teleported me here alone. I hope everyone else got out okay. So, the person we're playing as Captain Viridian of the... Actually, I don't think they ever gave the ship a name. Of the V ship. So, we got separated from our crew due to an interference. We need to go out and find them. So, let's go do just that. That's a checkpoint. Touching a checkpoint means that every time that you die, you will respawn there. Everything kills you in one hit in this game. But there's a lot of checkpoints, so that's not much of an issue. Now, if we head down here, it's a secret to nobody. This is our collectible for the game. Congratulations! You have found a shiny trinket! 1 out of 20. There's 20 of these scattered across the game. We have to find all 20 of them. You will get a special reward if you collect all of them, but unless you like getting your ass handed to you, you're probably not going to get them all the first time you play this game. That first one is a gimme. Also, something to note. A lot of the screens that you travel across have their own name at the bottom. Like, see, this one is called Security Sweep. This one is Gantry and Dolly. I think it's kind of interesting. Oh, help! Can someone hear this message? Violet, is that you? Captain, you're okay. Something has gone horribly wrong with the ship's teleporter. I think everyone has been teleported away randomly. They could be anywhere. Oh no! I'm on the ship, but it's damaged badly, but it's still intact. Where are you, Captain? I'm in some sort of space station. It seems pretty modern. There seems to be some sort of interference in this dimension. I'm broadcasting the coordinates of the ship to you now. I can't teleport you back, but if you can find a teleporter anywhere nearby, you should just be able to teleport back to me. So we have our objective. Find a teleporter and get back to our ship. Oh, I'll try and find one. Good luck, Captain. I'll keep trying to find the rest of the crew. So yeah, that was one of our crew members, Violet. I'm just gonna wait a little bit before spoiling the joke. Alright, the yes men. Like I said, anything that you touch that looks like this will kill you in one hit. Spikes are obviously one hit as well. And over here... Oh, it's another one of those shiny things. I probably don't need it, but it might be nice to take back to the ship to study. Just a subtle hint that it's your collectible for the day. Now, this can be a bit difficult. Trench Warfare is a pretty tough screen to traverse on account of those guys that kill you in one hit and the spikes. Don't feel bad if you mess up a few times. Like that. I think this is actually where we've gotten our first death. 4th, I think. Now, I forgot to mention, on my controller, if I press Y, I get to bring up the map, the crew, the stats, and I can also save. So we've died 4 times. It also keeps track of how much time you take to play this game, and your trinkets. So exit out of that. I believe in some versions there's also a suicide button, but I have not found it on my controller for the Steam version. But come to think of it, why would you want a suicide button? And there's a second trinket. Now, we could take the path back, or we could die. Like that. So yeah, this is the cool thing about this game. It's all just one mechanic. Flipping gravity. And they build around that mechanic for the whole game, and I really enjoy it. We'll be seeing some more inventive uses of this later, but for now, we gotta avoid getting busted by that guy. Enter the sensible room. It's very sensible. And we gotta think fast. Okay, driller! We can't just jump over this, so we have to flip through gravity, dodge this, dodge that, and flip all the way back to the other side. You can also press up or down instead of action if you're using a keyboard, but I'm using a controller, which is what I prefer. And no, the D-pad does not work for up and down. Press send us under the top, dodge these guys, and there's a teleporter. Ah, a teleporter. I can get back to the ship with this. Walk out to it, press Y, and you teleport back. Captain! Level complete. You have rescued a crew member. 4 remain. So, Doctor, do you have any idea what caused the crash? There's some sort of bizarre signal here that's interfering with our equipment. It caused the ship to lose its quantum position, collapsing us into this dimension. Oh no! But I think we should be able to fix the ship and get out of here. As long as we can find the rest of the crew. We really don't know anything about this place. Our friends could be anywhere. They could be lost, or in danger. Can they teleport back here? Not unless they find some way to communicate with us. We can't pick up their signal, and they can't teleport here unless they know where the ship is. So what do? We need to find them. Head out into the dimension and look for anywhere they might have ended up. Oh, where do we start? Well, I've been trying to find them with the ship scanners. It's not working, but I did find something. See all those question marks? These points show up on the scans as high energy patterns. There's a good chance they're teleporters, which means they're probably built near something important. It could be a very good place to start looking. Oh, okay, I'll head out there and see what I can find. I'll be right here if you need any help. So yeah, this is our objective. Hunt down the rest of our crew. And, wait, what's going on? Hang on, give me a second. Yeah, something which just seemed really weird about that for a second. I don't know what. But yes, we're tasked with exploring the world around us and finding our crew. By pressing Y, we can pull up the map, and we can see everything around us. But as we all know, who needs a map? So I'm going to head down this way, grab this checkpoint, slip over here, die on spikes because that seems like the rational thing to do. And over here, we have a strange-looking entrance. Now, we have a teleporter, which means we can use that to get back to the ship at any point, until we do this. Welcome to the next part of the game. Get ready to bounce. This is our next stage, and we're going to be encountering a new mechanic here. As I like to call them, vibrating strings. You touch them, you bounce off. Or more specifically, you flip gravity when you touch them. Really interesting mechanic with these. There's going to be now, we do have a few trinkets to look for in this stage as well. I'll be covering them when we get to them. Whoop. Now we'll flip down here. And yes, the strings can appear like this. But there's honestly not much to be afraid of. Ooh. Also, these terminals will provide a bit of backstory about this place. By pressing Enter, or Y, it turns out that the key to stabilizing this dimension was to create a balancing force outside of it. Though it looks like the best a temporary solution at best. I've been working on something more permanent, but it seems like it's going to be too late. Seems like someone has been is in our predicament right now as well. Or was in our predicament at some point. Now, we could go to the right, or we could go up. Young man, it's worth the challenge. Yes, it is. Flip up here. Do that. And grab our third trinket. Already 3 trinkets. Not bad. Ouch. Okay, that was bad. But that was not. Bounce off that. And they call him Flipper. I don't understand the reference. A lot of these, I think, were like kind of inspired by the same sort of system that Super Meat Boy has, where they just had someone play the level and name them. Though I'm not sure about that. I could be wrong. Alright, square root. We got another terminal. What does this say? Syntax error. Ugh. The worst kind of error. Ow. So yeah, this is where things start to get a bit tricky now. Like, the early part of the game is pretty easy, but this game can be quite difficult if you aren't prepared. But since you have infinite lives, I wouldn't find that as much of a problem. Free your mind. Got a bit of a gap here. So what do? Get a running start, and do this. So easy. Now, oh. That part's not easy, I guess. Whoop. Go down here. Safety danced into death, apparently, because I'm bad. Something else to note, this game, the Steam version at least, does have achievements based on your performance in the game, such as how fast you clear it, how many trinkets you get, and the more irritating one, how many deaths you take. Because there's an achievement for doing this in under 50 deaths. As you can imagine, that's not easy. Because for us, we're already at 18. And we're not even, like, close to done. Like, we have a lot to do. Go up here, we get another teleporter. So we can use this to leave the area at any time that we want, but we don't want to do that. We're going to go over here. Grab this checkpoint, see what this terminal has to say for us. Access to the control center is still possible through the main atmospheric filters. Interesting. So that gives us a bit of a hint about one of the places that we get to go to later. So for now, we're just going to cross this jumbled mess of a screen, and we're going to grab our next trinket. There we go, 4 out of 20. Now head back here, drop down, and believe it or not, there's another trinket right there. Gotta go get it first, through this, the Bernoulli principle. Bounce, 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 bounce. Not a problem. Getting back might be a bit more difficult. See? See what I mean? Come on, come on. But yeah, I really like the simplistic mechanic of just flipping gravity and what they do with it. It's really cool. No, I also didn't really give much information on this game's, like, backstory, I guess you could say as well. This was made by Terry Kavanagh, I believe his name was, published by Nicholas, and this was inspired by, like, old MS-DOS games, like, back in the 80s. You can really tell that from the visual style as well. I will state, best part of this game is its soundtrack, for sure. Like, you're already just listening to some of the best songs that I've heard in a long time from an independent developer, but let's just say later down the road, we're gonna find some really good music. I'm not gonna spoil where we're gonna find it, but you'll know when we get there. Now, we gotta jump over here, because we gotta get over that spike. Doesn't seem easy, does it? That's because it's not. But we do it. We walk over the level, over here. Anomaly. Flip over here, and purest unobtainium, we get ourselves another trinket. We already have 6 of the 20 trinkets, which means we are already more than a fourth of the way through getting all the trinkets. Now, you won't be able to get a few of the trinkets, actually, in the levels. Some of them are just scattered throughout the overworld, and one in particular you won't find until the tail end of the game. So, keep that in mind. You won't find everything just from playing the levels. You do have to explore. Which, personally, I think is a good thing. Playing foosball. Let's do that. Okay, this is a bit more difficult because now we actually have spikes trying to block us. Whoop. But it's not too bad. Now, you're supposed to go over to that one on the right, facing horizontally, and bounce off that. But if you time it right, you can just do that instead. Now go down here, I smell ozone, and we got our crew member. Oh no, Captain! Are you stuck here too? It's okay, I'm here to rescue you. Let me explain everything. After explaining everything... What? I didn't understand any of that. Oh. Well, don't worry. Follow me, everything will be alright. Really? Okay then. Yeah, this is our second crew member, Victoria. And by just pressing enter, that takes care of that level. Level complete. Rescued a crew member. 3 remain. Now, we're going to do one more thing before we end off this episode, actually. We're going to go over here. Oh, great, I can't see anything. Shit, I can't see what I'm supposed to be talking about. Place to store these shiny things. Interesting things we find in our adventures. So yeah, this is where all your shiny trinkets will go, and what you'll be able to keep track of them from here. Also, talking to Victoria, she'll say this: I'm so glad to be back. That lab was so dark and scary, I didn't know it at all. Why, Captain, I found this in the lab. Yes, Victoria does have a trinket on her. She's the only person in your crew that just holding onto a trinket, so make sure you talk to her. Any idea what it does? Sorry, I don't know. They seem important, though. Maybe something will happen if we find them all. Ooh, subtle foreshadowing. And by subtle, I mean it's extremely blunt. But yeah, with all that said, we have had one hell of an opening by having all of our crew disappear, found our way back to the ship, and rescue 2 of our crew members. Next time on Let's Play VVVVVV, we'll be searching for more of our crew members and hoping to collect more of those precious trinkets. Till next time, ice out.